everyone, I'm Little McGriddle, and welcome back to Life of a Wizard. Now, this video would have been uploaded yesterday, but... Okay, wait, so I'm recording it on the same day, but this is going to be uploaded tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, so it'll be uploaded on Thursday. For the only reason is that I got extremely stressed and I kind of got frustrated because of some of the stuff that I was trying to figure out for what I needed for college, and there's other things bugging me. So I decided not to do this episode, only because I didn't want to make it feel like I didn't want to do anything with this game. It's not that, it's just I'm going through a really difficult time right now, and I just had to step away for a moment. But without further any interruption, we're gonna get right into the game, because I don't really feel like putting you guys through the troubles that I'm going through right now, because I don't want that to be on your shoulders or anything. Anyway, before I take a stab at the rest of this chapter, however how long it is, I might take a sippy sip of water, because my voice started to go there for a second, which was creepy. Okay, I think we're good. And here we are, continuing off where we last left. Your service to the kingdom won't go unnoticed, the kindly wizard said with a smile. Spirit was happy to be moving, and so were the other mounts the rest of my party was riding. It was a terrifying journey to the far west and Orc territory. We left the kingdom of Daria behind as we traveled toward the west and into Orc territory, far beyond the safety of human land. I was nervous to be traveling in such dangerous territory, but I was also eager to see the barbaric culture. It was interesting to me that the kingdom still wanted peace with the Orcs. After all they had done, memories of the Orc raid on my village all those years ago were still vivid and detailed in my mind. We were deep into the wilderness when we stumbled upon something entirely different. The trees had become older and older with each step, and the forest was teeming with wildlife. We were far from the Orc homeland still, but as we passed through a circle of mushrooms, we began to see strange things. Little people, similar to elves but much smaller, danced all around us. One of them came forward and asked for aid. She wore a tiny little dress, and her diminutive shoes were pointed. She said that a monster had attacked their forest home. We went to check it out. The creature was enormous, larger than any boar I've ever heard of. It looked badly diseased. Its eyes were bleeding. Oh, its eyes were bleeding. Ew, that's gross. And its fur all matted with filth. I would have guessed that it was undead, a zombie of some type. Oh my gosh, again with the zombie stuff. I thought we escaped this utter hell. But my arcane skills told me that no necromancy was involved. It was corrupted and far from natural. And my best guess was that it was the result of some magical experiment. The moment it saw us, it charged. No. I'm not going to get my dog to attack it. Lava Thane stopped the first assault of the creature, but no matter how many cuts it took, the boar monster continued to fight back. Man, this thing is strong. The corrupted beast roared in pain, but the fight wasn't over yet. It charged again, this time directly at me. Oh, what do I do? Do I turn the creature into stone? Need 3 to 5 transmutation? What? Are we some sort of Medusa now, or what? Okay, don't mind me, I'm just trying to get my ADHD under control by playing with my wand, which is appropriate for this video. Okay, I'm sorry. See, I got distracted. Forgetting to use my magic. Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna turn it to stone. My transmutation magic caught the boar in the chest, causing the abomination to stagger as his dirty fur turned into stone. It fell forward onto its front paws, twisting and writhing as it froze into place, becoming a terrifying statue. The Fey creatures were very happy with us. The evil creature was gone, and they were safe. There had to be 1,000 of them living here, and not all of them were small. I saw nymphs, dryads, pixies, brownies. Brownies? What the hell are brownies? What even is this? And many other types of nature's creatures. A small fey fairy who had requested our aid came forward with a reward. Thank you. I still don't like the idea of collecting money. I graciously accepted the poison collection, watching as Lavinia Foxbur eyed the bundle with curiosity. It would complement her skills well. Great. Oh. The community of Fae gathered around me. I could feel that they were very curious about me. I knew that something special was occurring. I had the opportunity to become a druid. Oh man, I guess we have to decline the offer. I would have totally accepted that, but apparently we can't. I was happy to have helped, but I had my own destiny in mind. I turned down the offer to become a druid and continued onward in the Orc Nation. Even though I didn't become a druid, I still learned a lot from the Fey creatures. We arrived at the Great Orc City. It wasn't really a city, but more of a collection of orc tribes. They had pelt houses and wooden enclosures that stretched across the wilderness. They were a rough species, but they allowed us to pass with only a few bad words and dirty looks. We stopped at an inn to rest before presenting ourselves to the Orc Chieftain. You must be the great wizard I heard about, the Orc Chieftain said to me when we arrived. It's rare for an elf to travel through the wildlands and live to tell about it. Well, guess what? We're here. I gave him the peace treaty that Feraladan had given us. You will stay with us and bring back my reply. Oh, well, no. Do we have a say in this? The enormous orc warrior waved to his attendants, who will let us to a tent for us to stay in. Well, I guess we don't have a choice in this. It was during this time that I learned more about orc culture. They were cruel at times, but they were also intensely loyal to those they respected. I learned that they had a very strong sense of honor and unwavering morals. I watched as they tended their warg packs, teaching their young to ride the enormous wolf-like creatures. They were harsh with the ones that fell, but I saw pride and confidence grow up on their young faces once they had finally mastered the skill. I was surprised when I was invited to try my luck at riding one of the beasts. The large Grey Warg looked at me with intelligence in his eyes. Oh, I got on and found that it was much faster than a horse. I imagined that it would be also extremely vicious in a fight. Keep it, a gruff voice said. I can't do that kind of voices. I was surprised to see the Orc Chieftain watching from across the pen. He turned away without saying any more. I'm sorry, what? Oh boy. Okay then. Well, I kinda don't wanna, but it's faster than a horse. Oh, it's probably gonna force me to get rid of the spirit. I don't, but I want it. Okay, I don't know what we should do. Right. This is tricky. I mean, for me it is. I don't know what to do. It's much faster than a horse. And it's also extremely vicious. Oh wait. Okay, no, I'm gonna turn down the warg. The chieftain made no comment about my decision. Although I didn't keep the warg, I felt that I learned a lot about mounted combat. Good for us. I continued to watch the orcs practice their wargs as I waited for the orc chieftain to put together his reply to the treaty. I thought about that night so long ago when they had raided my village. Oh my god, what? Poison them? I am so not gonna poison them. Not when I asked the chieftain to, you know, fill out the treaty. I'm not that cruel. Ah, no way. No, I understand. No, it's in their nature, but I forgive them. I'm a very forgiving person. I felt more at peace afterward. They were violent and harsh, but they had many redeeming qualities as well. A few weeks later, I was called back into the Orc Chieftains' tent. Weeks? We've been here for weeks? Oh my. He seemed very unsure of himself, obviously enjoying the concessions made in the treaty, but also wanting to continue with the invasion. Well, I'm not gonna wait for him to make up his mind. The treaty was already pretty sweet for the orcs, so it wasn't too difficult for me to show them just how good it was. The chieftain signed the papers happily before sending me on my way. Fraladan seemed tired and sad when we returned. He leaned heavily upon his old staff, and his eyes had bags under them. He was happy that the treaty had been accepted, but he knew that the concessions would weaken Daria even more. He gave us our reward for a job well done. Thank you. I was reading an old dusty tome when I had a surprise visitor at the Full Cup Inn. Good morning, Silverstorm. I'm glad to see you've continued to work on your magic. Voices. I can't do them forcefully. It was Master Durden, the doorkeeper of the academy. I hadn't seen him in a long time, but he hardly seemed to have changed at all. He greeted me warmly, as though the many years since my graduation didn't exist. I'm afraid this isn't a social call, he said, bowing his bald head. We need your help. We looked over at our equipment and trained our skills before we left. I can't train anyone. Okay. What do I equip Farindel with? Can't do anything with him. Can't. Okay, then I guess we're just gonna go forward. We packed up our belongings and left the tavern. I could feel the wrongness the instant we arrived at the academy. Archmage Lassius took ill a few weeks before the incident began, Master Durden explained. What incidents? I asked. Instead of telling me, he showed me. He muttered the magic words and waved his hands in intricate mystical designs. I recognized the simple spell and knew that it should have created a small ball of light. Instead of creating a soft illumination, it changed into something completely different. The very fabric of reality was torn in front of me, and a sharp-toothed demon stepped forth. Master Durden was ready for it and cracked its head open with its staff. This is happening with any spell cast near the academy, Master Durden explained. They change into a summoning spell. The greater the magic, the greater the demon summoned. The first summonings have been particularly destructive since the mages had tried to defend themselves with magic, which only made things worse. Experimented by casting various spells. Academia library, been researching. Saying, hey, well, I'm not going to say we don't know what to do because we haven't tried anything. I think we should go see Archmage Lassius. I was taken to his private chambers, where I found him lying in bed with Sile. His raven perched on the edge of the bed. My magic immediately confirmed my suspicions that he had been poisoned. What the crap? What? Oh, can I do this? Can I heal the Archmage? Can we do it? He recognized the poison and knew how to counter it. Or, rather, I cracked the appropriate antitoxin and put it to his lips. I could see a healthy color returning to his cheeks immediately. What has happened? He asked as he sat up. Master Durden breathed a sigh of relief and gave me a grateful look. Thank you. Thank you. Together, Master Durden and myself told the Archmage all about the misdirection of magic and the state of the academy. It took a few days to guess the cause, But after some investigation, we learned that an artifact had recently been seen in Master Balin's room. It had arrived at about the same time that the magic started to go astray. It was a long shot, but I went to his room to see if there was any connection. I opened the door to the Master's room and saw the golden apple of discord sitting on the bed. There was no question that it was this artifact that was causing all of our troubles. Whoa, dude. Smash it then. The apple struck the wall and time seemed to distort. The pieces fell slowly to the ground, glowing as they drifted through the air. I watched as the shards slowly lost their glow and realized immediately that the curse had been lifted. Ah, yes! I made a good choice in life for once. The door to the room opened and the owner of the apple walked in. I recognized Master Balin, although he had never taught me during my time at the academy. "What is the meaning of this?" he exclaimed. "I destroyed your artifact," I informed him bluntly. "Why did you do it?" Master Balin gave a deep sigh before he spoke. "The academy is corrupt. I should be Archmage, but instead they picked Lassius. It's ridiculous. He has no vision and avoids making the decisions that could make the academy a place of legend. So, yes, I poisoned the fool and activated the Apple of Discord. Once the academy was in ruins, I was going to come to the rescue and be named the new Archmage." Interesting. I wanna blackmail? What the... Oh, well then. Okay, I wanna blackmail him. He agreed, but he didn't pay in coins. Instead, he gave me an item of great power. At first, I thought it was a trick, as he indicated the rug on his floor, but when he activated it and hovered off the ground, I realized he did have something special. Oh my god, it's a magic carpet! I took the carpet and let him go. Master Durden was happy because the enchantment was lifted, although I could tell that he was curious as to what it caused. Either way, the guild was very pleased with my work. I remember when a finely dressed human came into the Full Cup Inn to hire us for a specific job. "I am Thaddeus Burmont," the dandy said. "I have spent a lot of money to purchase the location of a powerfully enchanted weapon. My offer is simple. I give you the location, you get me the weapon, and keep all of the other treasure." It was an excellent proposal, so I took the deal. We had an enjoyable ride. Spirit enjoyed being outside, and the horses of the other party members moved quickly. We followed the road toward the destination marked on the map, a small cove in the far east along the shores of the Silver Sea. It was somewhere around the halfway mark that a very strange thing happened. We had a nice campsite along the road, and it was my turn keeping watch. There was a soft, silvery glow on the edge of the campfire's light. When out stepped a miraculous creature straight from legend. At first I thought it was a white horse, but the single horn on its forehead and fluffy white wings made me realize it was something special. A flying unicorn. "Hey, Ma! Hey, Ma! It's your favorite animal! You know, unicorn? No? You don't... I don't know if she... Oh, well. She likes unicorns." "What? What? No! No! Oh! I am not going to kill the unicorn. This could be the last unicorn. Not going to kill it. I wanted to be friends with it." It looked at me in fright and stretched its powerful wings. It took to the air, finding my presence intolerable. I believe that it was my lack of purity that caused the unicorn to flee. "Excuse me. We're pure. Look, I can show you. I can see. We're 65% good." What? We're 42 years old. We're 42 years old. Oh my god. We arrived at the shores of the Silver Sea, finding the location marked on the map. The X seemed to indicate an area just a few hundred meters offshore of a small town called Opal's Cove. Summon a dolphin to carry us to the location of my magic carpet. I wanna ride a dolphin. That sounds cool. The sleek creature was more than willing to carry me out across the water. It was a little tricky holding on, but I managed to get out to the location. It just looked like a lot of water to me. I knew I needed a way to go underneath the waves and find the shipwreck. Close to treasure, but I had no way to go down and get it. Well, I'm guessing it's time to Harry Potter this situation up. Magic, Harry Potter, fish, gillyweed, gills, fish, water, that stuff. Okay. The magic changed my neck, and before I knew it, I couldn't breathe. I panicked and fell into the water, which instantly fixed the problem as my newly formed gills were able to draw oxygen from the water. I bubbled a sigh of relief and swam down into the dark blue depths. It was difficult to see, but I managed. Once I reached the sea floor, I looked around for the wreckage. I had to circle outward for a few minutes until I saw some old timbers embedded in the sand and covered in seaweed. Once I found some of the debris, it was easy for me to find the rest of the shipwreck. Most of the equipment was rusted and worthless, but I found a large treasure chest in what had been the captain's room. I grabbed it and took it back up to the surface. It was a lot of work swimming with the chest, but I did it. After I had lugged the treasure chest ashore, Lavinia picked open the lock. We eagerly looked inside and were surprised to find only a single item. Ooh, what? Legendary Sword of Death, Legendary Holy Mace, or Legendary Dagger of Sharpness. Wow, what a stupid name. I think we're just gonna go with the Legendary Sword of Death. I spent many restless nights on the journey back to Parnaxxus. The man had implied that there would be a lot of treasure for us too. Finally, we arrived home and went to the dandy's house. Ah, well, yes, let's how we lie and keep the sword for our son. No, wait, there's no way I'm gonna do that. Demand a fair reward for finding the Sword of Death. Yes, I think we should get more than you're gonna give us, because I literally had to become a fish in order to get this Sword of Death. The deal was clear. It isn't my fault that there was no other treasure, Thaddeus said as he looked down his nose at us. I am a fair man, and I shall pay you for your time. "35 personality. He offered us 2,000 gold. But why do we need 35 personality? That's something I don't understand. Well, offered us 1,000 gold. Hey, I'm not greedy. It's just we'll take the 1,000 gold. We took the money. At least our time wasn't completely wasted. Although the Sword of Death would have been nicer to have. Oh well, I don't really think we needed it. Hopefully. Well, for several days I felt very sick in the morning. Oh my. Oh my. What? What? Oh my god. She's pregnant? Give a like if you understood that. Farindul was very happy when I told him that we were going to have a baby. Oh my god, we're gonna have a baby! We waited in eager anticipation for our child to be born. I didn't know any magic that would select the sex of our unborn baby, so it was left entirely in the gods' hands. The day finally came, and it was a girl. Yay! That's so adorable. Oh no. I have to find a name. It was a little awkward, having a baby staying with us in my room at the Full Cup Inn, but her crib fit nicely. My parents came to visit. They fawned over the grandchild, cooing and making faces to her delight. Oh, that is so adorable. We named our baby... Yeah. Alright then. We name it Emma? Don't ask why, but I think I'm gonna go with Amber. Her name is Amber. Those were wonderful days, hearing the laughter of an elf baby. But eventually, I had to return to work. We hired a nanny to look after little Amber. I remember a very difficult situation between the Thieves Guild and the Fighters Guild. It started simply. A merchant needed some that stopped working English. A merchant needed some nurses. Oh my gosh. Mercenaries to protect his stores from robbers. So he hired the Fighters Guild. The problem was a rival merchant had hired the Thieves Guild to put him out of business. I don't know how the guild masters didn't see the problem early on, but by the time they realized what was happening, many fighters and thieves had been killed and neither guild wanted to give up the contract. The Mage Guild was soon hired by both guilds to fight the other. The troubled time became known as the Guild Wars, and I found myself in the center of it. No, not when you have a baby. You can't be in a war when you have a baby. Ah. Oh my god, I have to choose? Well, I guess I'll join the Fighters Guild. Or there's the Mage Guild. No, I guess we're being hired by the Fighters Guild. Not that we want to do this. I don't want to do this either. They wanted me to kill any thieves who tried to destroy the merchant stores. Unfortunately, the thieves are often accompanied by mages. Follow the merchant who was responsible for raiding the shops. Follow merchant whose shops were being raided. Okay, no. Follow the one who is responsible for raiding. My party and I were flabbergasted to discover that two merchants were sitting in the same pub and enjoying a nice drink in front of a warm fire. They were chatting to each other like old friends. Set fire to the bar, killing both merchants. Whoa, man, no. Hold on, before we go berserk. Let's just have a nice talk. The two merchants jumped apart with guilty looks in their faces. They said that they had been trying to settle their differences for the good of the realm, but they weren't able to see eye to eye. They left the tavern and I never saw them together again. Oh, man. I should have burned the place to the ground. They left. The guild war continued for several years, greatly hurting all sides. I never found out what was really happening. It was easy for me to burn down the stores and run the merchant out of business, so I did so. Did everything in my power to protect those stores. Spoke to guild masters, tried to make them see error in their ways. I think I'm going to. I'm gonna burn it. A few fires in the middle of the night eliminated the entire problem. I saw the hired fighters from the Fighters Guild standing nearby, but with my magic I didn't even have to get close to the stores. The Thieves Guild completed their contract and the Fighters failed theirs. It would have been a good thing if I had been hired by the Fighters Guild. The Fighters Guild wasn't very happy with what I had done. Needless to say, they paid me no reward. My peak adventuring days slid by in a blur. We made a lot of money and I did a lot of great things. I watched Amber grow from a baby into a child, and Farandul and I were very proud. Yay! Conjuration? Yeah, we're gonna work on conjuration, because that's like literally 8%. Study religion. Studied Warcraft. Welcome to the world of Warcraft. Oh shit, I did not just make that reference. You be quiet. No. Okay, yeah. I guess we'll just study Warcraft. Lava Thane. Why? Why does Lava Thane never improve the most? I mean, come on. Give her a chance. I guess we'll just check on Lavinia. Lavinia worked very hard at training and practicing, and her skills really improved. It wasn't always easy living in a room above a noisy tavern. Amber didn't know any other life, but Faerundul and I often wished we had a house instead. As an adventurer, the tavern was the best place to stay in order to be close to my party and accept jobs, so we did the best we could. I remember one day when Amber was 7 years old. I hadn't been on a job for a few months, so my days were mostly filled with studying my magic. It was late one night, well past curfew, and I had heard that a man was selling an ancient tome of magic, and I was interested in hearing the price. I left the inn and saw Amber playing with a bunch of dirty street kids. Just gonna have a nicely little chat and bring her to bed. Amber talked excitedly about her adventures the entire way home. We discussed curfews, staking out at night and bedtimes. Unfortunately, the man with the book sold the tomb to someone else. Oh my god, I needed that book. No, that tome. I was 50 years old when my adventuring days ended. We had done many incredible things over the years, but our greatest renown came when we fought Parnaxxus. Wait, what? Oh, shit. We already fought Parnaxxus? Whoops. What the hell? Okay, then. The Great Dragon. He had started stirring up racing trouble a few years ago, but his bold attacks had become even worse more recently. The royal family issued an enormous reward for the one who could drive the foul beast out of Daria for good. We finally decided to pit our might against the legendary beast. We looked over our equipment and trained in our skills before we left. Well, can't do anything, so I guess we're gonna just journey onward. We packed up our belongings and left the tavern. Wow, that's lovely. We have no support from the nation. We're all... Oh my god. You're all just a bunch of douches. Lava Thane led us forward, followed by Faerundul, then Lavinia and myself at the end. Amber was there to see us off, cheering with the excitement that only an 8-year-old could muster. I drifted over to Faerundul and took his hand. We climbed onto our mounts and left Tornassa. This was the largest quest we had ever undertaken, and we knew that it would be a defining moment in our lives. Pray to the gods for their blessing. Actually, you know what? That shit's not real. We're not religious. Pray to no one, because that shit don't work. Faerundul seemed a little put out, but I didn't care. The gods just weren't that important in my life. Faerundul. Oh yeah, right, okay. He's a cleric. Any child could tell you where Parnaxxus lived. His mountain lair was legendary and mentioned in every bardic tale about him. It was rumored to be filled with the treasure of all those who had failed to slay him. We went straight to the mountain, ready to bring down the beast. We paused for a few moments, looking up at the smoke drifting out of the cave at the summit. A mighty roar from above told us that Parnaxxus knew we were coming. I dismounted from my warhorse spirit and took a deep breath before nodding to the others. We began to climb the steep slope up to Parnaxxus' lair. I briefly considered using my flying carpet, but it was too windy to be safe. The attack from Parnaxxus happened the instant we stepped into his lair. The cavernous opening allowed us to walk forward across as we ventured deep into the mountain. Suddenly, the enormous dragon was right there in front of us. I would take on the voice of a dragon. Why do you come in? Oh, well, it's failed already. Why do you come into my lair, mortals? The mighty dragon bellowed. Yeah, we're gonna kick your ass. The enormous dragon laughed at us, but I could sense his approval of my direct manner. Then he flapped his mighty wings and dove directly toward us. He crashed right into Lava Thane, battering down her defenses in a flurry of wings and teeth. Lavinia tried to circle around Parnaxxus, but the dragon spotted him. He unleashed a great gout of flame, engulfing both the thief and myself. I couldn't cast my magic in time, and Faerundul was unable to heal me quick enough to get a second chance. What the hell? The fight was over before it began. My party hadn't been ready for such a difficult battle. They needed more training and equipment. It was a miracle that we all survived to crawl back down the mountainside and return to Parnaxxus. Ah, well then. I guess we lived to fight another day. Even though we hadn't killed the great dragon, our adventuring days were over. What? Oh, no! Well, that's the end of this series. We have made some money over the years and accomplished many amazing deeds. I looked forward to moving my husband out of the Full Cup Inn and into a real house. It would be good for Amber as well. My fellow party members moved out almost right away, eager to begin a normal life. They took all of the extra unused equipment with them before I could find a new place to live. However, something historic happened. What was that? Because I don't know. Because neither will you. At least until tomorrow, on Friday, when I continue this and the next chapter. Because I'm going to end it here for now, because that was the end of the chapter, and I don't want to drag it on for too long. So, thank you so much for watching, and if you're enjoying this series so far, please hit that button down below, and, like always, I will catch you all in the next one. Stay awesome. Bye.